Hello, everyone. Thank you for listening. This is our session 0 and character creation for the Call of Cthulhu campaign that Susan is running and that we will start running episodes of very soon. If you've listened to some of our other campaigns, you're probably familiar with this. This is us just sitting down to talk and collaborate and brainstorm about our characters' relationships and our expectations for the story. Susan gives us a rundown of the system gameplay and the setting and the things that we can come to expect in the campaign that she has spent an incredible amount of time writing and putting together. And then we kind of go over our character concepts and roll some stats. It's a little bit more behind the scenes. It's a little bit more casual. And if that's your thing, I think you're really going to enjoy it. We invite you to listen to us just having a good time and rolling up our characters that you will see come to life in the episodes that are coming up. We've already recorded a few as of the time of this. And there's a lot that's unexpected. I will say that, and we have a lot of fun. And if you're looking forward more to our actual gameplay or cinematic narrative style of role-playing, that'll be coming up in the next 2 weeks, so you won't have to wait very long. Enough out of me, on to our session 0. Thank you, everyone, for coming this afternoon and for being a part of this campaign. I'm super excited for it. Call of Cthulhu is a game that I have always wanted to play, and I'm really glad to have you all here for that. And I'm really glad to have Susan running this because she is another big Call of Cthulhu fan, and apparently gets her kicks with the tears of her players. So.
Oh my god,
it is.
That's a good cup. I like it.
I mean, not usually. John got it for me for this campaign, so this will be the one I use.
That's so nice.
Yeah. I like my husband.
That's good. That's pretty
you
good.
should at
That's
least
a
like
good thing.
your husband.
Yeah. I mean, at least that base level, or else we're gonna have to reconsider some things.
Susan, I hand it over to you.
It's too much power. So I'm just gonna go over setting and then gameplay just so you get a general idea of what this is gonna be like, and then we'll make the characters. Get to the fun part. So I've sent you messages about it, but just in case you haven't had time to read it, don't worry about it. So this is taking place in 1927, late winter in New England. Specifically, you guys, I don't want you to be from this town where it's taking place. I want you to have just arrived in town. So whether that means you're there to actually investigate or just to enjoy the festival, because you're arriving there to go to a festival. It's a 100-year anniversary of their Equinox festival, of Whimsybrook's Equinox festival. Talking's hard, guys.
You chose very hard words.
I know. Whimsybrook's Equinox festival. That's really hard to say. I don't think I've ever said it out loud. Okay, so you guys are coming on the last train of the day before the festival. So that's where you guys could, you write your story before that, whatever you want to do. Maybe you know about this town being from a neighbor, or you're from a neighboring town, or you've heard about it from the big cities, whatever. This festival is celebrating the end of winter and heralding the coming of spring. And it's known quite far and wide because it's even for people who like the occult, because it's steeped in old esoteric traditions that just seem very outdated for the 20s. So that probably would call any people who want to track down Cthulhu mythos. Or you could just be enjoying a good weekend at a festival. So the gameplay, this is a horror RPG. You guys are investigators, so your goal or your purpose is to ultimately, it may not start this way, but it's to ultimately solve a mystery. So this is a little different. So notes may be important. Even if you're not a note taker, there are mechanics in the game, like the no roll. So if you're not like a note taker, but you're like, I think I remember something, there are rolls for that. We'll get into that when we get into the gameplay. But notes are kind of important because you're trying to solve a mystery. So just setting that up for you guys up front.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
So you said that we are investigators. Are we an organization?
You can be if you guys want
Okay.
to. If you want to develop that during the character creation, you guys could be part of an organization together. You guys could
Okay.
be friends. What you're called instead of player characters is investigators. That is what
Okay,
it's called
got
in
it.
the system.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure if that was part of the storyline that you were creating, was that we were like a group of investigators, or no, that's just the terminology. Got it.
Yeah. So I am called the Keeper of Arcane Knowledge, or the Keeper. That's what I'll be called. And you guys are
That's
investigators.
Okay.
That's a solid name.
Yeah.
Pretty great name.
Yeah, I like it. The eventual goal of this whole thing, and this isn't even spoilers, it's just how everything works out, is to seek out, understand, and eventually destroy or embrace the horrors. Those are the outcomes.
Okay.
Love
Yeah,
it.
like-
Gonna
I know
turn,
That's
exactly
just the-
what I'm trying to do.
turn into a slug.
Yeah.
True ending, true blood hunter ending.
That's just Call of Cthulhu. Like, you're with it or you're against it. So
I did see cult leader was one of the
yeah.
proposed occupations, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, if that's what you want. So one of the core mechanics for this game, and we'll get into this more as gameplay, but just so you understand how this works, is sanity points. Death is kind of whatever in this game because there's like resurrection and zombification, and death may happen, but that's not the biggest thing that could happen. The biggest thing that could happen to you is going insane. Incurably insane. There are hit points, so you can die, but again, not that big a deal. But sanity points are where it's at. Every time you encounter a dark horror, you lose sanity points. Every time you cast a spell, you lose sanity points. Every time you just have like a really like graphic scene, you lose sanity points. Yeah. So it's just sanity points. If those go down to 0, your character's no longer playable.
Got it.
So if I casted a spell, turned around, and saw some fucked up shit, I'm out of there.
You would probably lose sanity back to back, yeah.
Oh my
And there were
goodness.
sanity rolls, so it'd be like 1-1d4, which means you have to roll a sanity check. Oh, so the nature of this game also is percentile dice, so 2d10s. What you want to do is roll under. That's completely different from 5e. You don't want to roll over the check. You want to roll under the check. So you want to get within the threshold. So let's say your sanity is at 65. You just saw something horrific and graphic. I'm going to have you roll a sanity check, that 1/1d4. You roll under the 65. You only lose 1 sanity point from that. If you roll over your sanity, then you roll 1d4, and that's how many sanity points you lose. Everything is rolling under. And it's all 2d10s. That's mostly the dice we're going to use is d10s.
Is there like a healer therapist class?
It's called time.
Time heals
Heals
all.
all.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like
There-
therapists is like would be pretty big in the Lovecraft story too. Like,
They're called alienist.
Yeah.
yeah, alienist, right? That's true.
Yeah. In the 1920s, it's called alienist, and you can sit with them,
Alienist.
but again, it's based upon time. I think it's like the minimum to gain back sanity points is sitting with someone or like really focusing for like 2 weeks, and you get like
Oh,
1 sanity
jeez.
You're
point
telling
back.
me I can't go to one therapy session and be healed of all of my
Why
trauma?
that's why they charge by the hour, you know?
Spend a weekend at the loony bin and just have all my points refreshed?
Nope, you could spend a year at the loony bin. And maybe if you're at a good one, not a bad one.
So is there any madness that is curable? Is it all just as soon as you touch a madness in the madness realm, it's just over for you?
There are ones that are 0 that you'll lose 0 points from. But no, time is the only healer of sanity points as far as I know. But I will say to that effect, you get used to the horribleness. There is a section in the book called you just start getting used to it. If you encounter a horrific deep one, like you encounter it like that, you'll take the sanity loss, but now you're used to it. So there could be 100 deep ones in front of you, and then you're just like, whatever.
You become numb to the pain, I guess.
Yeah, but then to that effect, if you heal from it, that means you're no longer numb to it, which means the next time you encounter it after healing from it, like taking 2 weeks off, then you'll take the sanity loss again.
So you want a really good sanity score to start.
Yeah.
It's probably your best stat you want.
All right.
Can you get like a permanent insanity thing, like a madness, but still play? And you're only out when you're at 0 sanity.
That's correct. So the sanity tables, let me bring one up just to see.
I've got a question too. Should we just have in our back pocket like a backup character concept?
No, because you'll end up wanting to play your backup more. That's always what happens.
That does always happen, you're right.
Okay.
I will say it's really hard to get down to 0. It will take a while. Because most of the rolls, I think the biggest roll is a 1d10 if you fail. So you start, let's say, at like 90. You lose 10, you're at 80. So it's going to take a while. And I'm not going to throw the big shit at you all the time. So...
Gotta ease this into it.
Yes. You would have to have put yourself in a situation that is really bad, which you would have had a bunch of red flags going in.
Can we like give each other group hugs to mitigate some of this sanity loss?
Do we get like advantage for
Like a bro hug or two?
Yeah.
I will say if it gets to the point where
Just like healing potions.
No.
I feel like it's the
you can
kind
get
of
health back.
it's the kind of campaign we kind of just want to slowly die and like become mad and just play it out.
I will say I'm trying to build it so it's not bombarding you all at once. So it won't happen right away. And this session, I'm hoping, but Xavier's familiar and Ian's familiar and Jamie's familiar with this. I'm hoping for 10 sessions, but probably will end up being 15.
Oh, we need more than 10.
Yeah. Going back to sanity, let's say you lose, I can't remember what it is, but if you lose a certain amount at one point, I think it's like 4 points or something, you could have a bout of madness, which isn't that big. Or they can be. Like, just to give you an example, you roll on this table, you roll a 2. The investigator comes to their senses 1d10 hours later, having been robbed. They are unharmed. If they're carrying a treasured possession, make a luck roll to see if it was stolen. Like, just things like that could happen.
I'm trying to piece it all together. Like, this is something that could happen. Like, we're all in a group. We're going down a long, dark hallway. Someone gets spooked, and they get that 4 sanity roll. And they just start wigging out, and they just run backwards, and they just black out for the next couple of hours, and they're ggon. I just want to make sure I have this right. Okay.
Yes. In that instance, if you rolled on that table, I will say I did a practice round just a little bit ago. John, he had a bout of madness, and it was just screaming. He just involuntarily screamed, like. So it could just be.
Did
as
you
little
record
as
that to use later on?
No.
It's in your ringtone.
Yeah. So he saw a dead body, and then he failed his sanity roll, had a bout of madness, and it was just screaming like a girl. Or that's how he equated it. He was playing this like grizzled detective old character, and he screamed like a little child. That's how he equated it.
I know that this will probably come up in gameplay, but if you fail a sanity roll, is It's my understanding that you can use your luck points to try to, like, not fail?
Yes, there are pushing rolls and then there's luck rolls. So you could push a roll, which means you could re-roll. If you succeed, not just fine, it's just a success. Or if you fail a second time, pushing it means that more extraordinary consequences happen, and that's up to my discretion. And you could do that for any roll. I think that's sanity is the biggest part, but all you guys really need to worry about, I'll bring that up when it comes up, is just the D10s, 2 D10s. That's really all we're going to be rolling. The table will facilitate most of this for you. If it doesn't, or if the table's down, we'll just move over to roll 20, and all you do need is 2 D10s, and we'll be able to move forward. And then once Zach gets on here, I'll show you guys some stuff, because there's some stuff on this table. This table is more than just looks.
The table's really got that, like, point and click adventure game on CD-ROM.
Yeah. But this table is or this landing page is where everything you need should be, unless we're in even encounters or theater of the mind. I mean, I may pop one up if it's like a really like long battle, like just so you could get an idea of where things are and where walls are, but fighting isn't the main concern for the system. It's really like figuring out mysteries and solving problems and maybe embracing madness. But so everything should be on here. These notebooks, eventually you'll be able to click them. It'll pop up your character sheet. So you won't have to scrounge around to find it. Right now you don't have character sheets. If you click the pencil, it pops up your notes. You guys could take notes here. You could take physical notes. I just made this for you if you guys wanted to share notes. You should be able to. If you guys want to try making a note in the investigator notes, let's see if you all...
So if I wrote like... Okay, so you can see that. Okay, gotcha.
I can see you guys as you type.
Oh,
someone's already got mad.
We can't hijack each other's notes.
That's hilarious.
That's so funny because I can't see that. So that's all you can't see that.
You can't see
notes.
Oh, okay.
It's like we had to share the pencil too.
Yeah, we had to share a brain
There's
cell.
just the one pencil.
In this investigator journal, if you click the plus sign, you should be able to create new pages, and hopefully you guys can work off your own pages.
That's a good idea to have like 4 pages.
Oh no, you're stinky.
Wait, I thought you said you couldn't see it.
I can see it once it's written.
Not as we write it.
Yeah, I can't see it as you're writing it.
Busted.
Someone's going in timeout.
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
So if you want to keep it secret from me, just don't save it.
You know what we could maybe do too, and I'll happily volunteer to dictate or not to dictate, but to write what is dictated. But maybe at the top of every session, we could like go over some kind of quick, what are the things we all know, and we could like write it down here.
Yeah.
Before we get into the game or something like that.
We're all like investigators together. Technically, like we'd be kind of like sharing notes. So I that's how I see it too.
You can add a page. So like
Right,
if I wanted
that's
my
it.
own secret notes, I could just be like, these are Jamie's notes.
Yeah, well, that would
Or
be
like
your
the
actor
most-
journal, like a separate thing. So like any information that we'd share to each other, we can write there. It's fun to have it listed as like all the different investigators too, because you see who's taking like better notes.
We can have the person who's going crazy on notes just add a
Oh my
page.
God.
Oh, that'd be an
Paste.
amazing roleplay quirk to just like someone figures out like, hey, your notes are messed up. What's going on?
We could have like a murder board somewhere, and then we just like, who wrote this?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I have a question.
Props to
Did
anyone who
Susan
does
get
that.
into one of our notes? Oh, I could leave you guys secret things in there. Like you don't even know. You can't remember if
Right?
you left it there.
I was gonna say, wouldn't it be wild if like we were reading through notes and it was like, wait,
It's
who took
different.
this one? I don't remember this.
Yeah.
Who wrote this?
Okay.
All work and no
Susan,
play.
take
This
notes.
is weird.
Actually take
yeah.
notes.
Someone wrote Susan is Stimkey in here.
Oh, I wonder who did it, Ian.
I don't remember.
So back on the table, another feature is you're gonna find like letters or things throughout the town. If you click on the letter on the table, that's all the things you have. So right now, this is Xavier's letter he received. And then if you can't read the cursive, I have a plain text version in there too.
Very considerate.
Thank you so much.
No problem. Yeah, because I was reading it and I was like, okay, this looks pretty, but I can't read most of it.
I need some paper that's printed. Like I need the background to this.
Yeah.
For, like a notebook for myself.
Well, cool, because I made that.
Send me the PDF.
Yeah, I will. Another thing on the table I may have clicked it is the persons of interest. So this has like notes. So it has notes on all the people you've met. The information, a lot of it's redacted because you don't know it yet. It may come unredacted as you learn it.
That's awesome. And that's all your stuff. You're gonna be dropping stuff in there.
Yeah, it may not happen during gameplay because I have to like go into my Photoshop file to reveal that in like layer and.
I'm just staring at the redacted bars to see them disappear.
Yeah. But the every session, things you've learned, I'll redo that. Oh, a gameplay thing. There is no leveling in this game, quote unquote leveling, but you can improve your skills. So during every session, one thing I will ask of you guys, I will try to do it as well, but it's mostly going to be on you. If you successfully roll something, just take note of the skill you successfully rolled. So let's say I call for a spot hidden. You roll it, you succeed. Just mark it that you succeeded on there somewhere, like take a note, because at the beginning of next session, we're going to roll to see if you improve that skill.
Oh, cool.
Got it.
That's
I like
great.
that.
No levels. I don't roll 2 attacks as an investigator.
Yeah, 2 guns. You need dos pistolas. And then
You're just
not
coming
at
into
level
this
5?
festival shooting.
we need to give Zach some pistols.
I mean, you could be the pistol wielding vigilante. And on that note, we could start rolling some characters. Who would like to go first?
God, that'd be a hilarious concept though, like a dual wielding pistol, like a really shoot first type of guy, but then you go crazy.
In the middle of a crowded festival.
Just a real liability there. I love it. That's real fun. Susan, I gotta say, this is amazing. This is looking
Yeah.
so cool.
Thank you so much for putting all this together.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Incredible.
I wasn't sure if I wanted to lay this out here, but in the most cryptic of ways, I will say this is a mystery game, so this table may have mystery.
And I've been clicking on everything.
Xavier,
Since we
that's
got
the
here.
first thing I did when I got here was like, what else is interactive
What
here?
can I click?
Like,
I've
why
played
does
my
it...
What will
Susan,
become...
the mysteries may grow. As,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right.
I've been
What
furiously
could come
clicking on the
interactive
T.
later? Yeah.
And now I thought, open that can.
I was trying to type words on the typewriter.
Damn. Okay, now I'm gonna go crazy. It's begun.
Awesome. Okay, so who wants to roll their character first?
I'll go.
Okay,
I'll do it.
cool.
Big man.
Do it.
Tough
do
guy.
it.
Thank you.
got
So
it.
I'm gonna need you to share your screen because I can't see what you're doing.
Yeah.
That's a
So the-
failure of this board.
Share your screen.
Only 3 tabs open? You're a better man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For real.
I can't, like, every time I close my browser, I have to close all my tabs one by one, and then I close the browser.
Really?
I have to.
I bet you even restart your PC once a day.
I shut down my computer every night.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Wow.
Insanity.
it's in pristine condition.
You are a
Not the
goddamn
only
hero.
one who needs a good night's rest. You know?
So I was trying to work around re-rolling and assigning points, and this creation wizard wasn't working with me. So here's what we're gonna do: is we're gonna roll. You're gonna press that roll button.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to allow you to roll each characteristic 2 more times if you want to, but you have to keep it.
Yeah.
So if you rolled a second time and you like that one, you gotta keep it. You can't go back.
Yeah.
If you could roll a third time, you keep it. You can't go back.
Yeah. Total of
So,
3 for the whole thing, or for everyone?
Yeah, for
Okay.
each one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's
Or
go.
you could do the whole thing if you want, if you get a whole bunch of battle rolls, or each one.
Okay. Well, let's do a full rundown first.
I mean,
feel like
isn't strength always a dump stat? What does my strength mean in the deep depths of Cthulhu's despair?
Right? Yeah.
we need one like retired boxer or something. Like for
I'm rolling for size, baby. Gotta die big.
all size. All right.
You could encounter some asshole who wants to fist fight you.
So strength is 40.
That'll make you go crazy here than anything.
Yeah.
Humans are the real monsters.
5. Size 90.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Big boy.
Oh,
Dexterity.
And these are rolling at like what, pure random? With these,
Yes, pure random.
Appearance 15.
Well, you'll see the math is happening. It's 3d6 times 5. So, yeah.
And some of these are on different scales, right? Like intelligence has a 2d6, I see.
Yes, because you don't want under 40 for that one. So it's 2d6 plus 6. So it's always going to be at least 40. They don't want you to be dumb.
Oh.
Like
So the
super
higher-
dumb.
I'm gonna
Higher your
reroll.
intelligence, the dumber you are.
Yes. I'm gonna reroll size just because I saw my character as someone who can get into narrow holes.
Oh, okay.
65.
Okay.
I'll stay at 65. I'll reroll appearance. I don't want to be like Lovecraftian ugly and call attention to it. All right, 60. That's a pretty well-rounded character. I could get, that seems fine. That seems like a good spread.
And just for people, there's a few on here, just people who aren't familiar with these types of things. Power is basically your willpower. So it's your ability to resist magic or cast magic. So, Karen, you would probably, and it affects your sanity. So, power is probably a stat you want to focus on. Education affects how many skills you can learn. So things like that. The rest of them are pretty equate evenly to D&D, I think, except for size. That's just your size.
If I had a high education, could I teach my team? Just
Yes.
how to not go crazy.
Yeah.
right.
And there's nice
Actually,
examples in the book about like you could have high education and low intelligence, and they describe like how that could play out, and it's really
Yeah.
interesting. Like
Oh,
basically
wow.
knowing a lot of facts and not really know the meaning behind them, or like.
I was thinking like someone who was like a rich nepo baby who went to like Harvard but just like didn't had a lot of education but didn't have a lot of
One of the
intelligence.
descriptions is like a pedantic teacher who's just like just shits out the information to his students.
Over it, yeah.
Okay, well, but I don't want to stall everybody. I'm gonna give a quick description of my character and tell me if these stats seem like it's reasonable, because I think it's good. I don't have like crazy high ones, but I kind of like it. So, like the first idea was like, oh, I want to play Dana Scully, but like it evolved since then. I want to play like she's a 28, 29 photographer from Montreal at a time where like Quebec as a province is kind of behind on women's rights, and without going like into like, because I need to do a history research for everything, but like still managed to do like night journalism classes in university, still got to work for the Montreal Gazette, one of the big newspapers. Mostly like her biggest skill was getting around fast to cover like stuff happening, but most of what it meant was like a lot of car crashes, a lot of like buildings on fire and stuff like that, but she was really good at it. Very like talented photographer too. But then as I googled Montreal 1927, the first thing that pops up is like hockey season results, but then the second thing that pops up is
Canada.
on January 9th, 1927, there is a fire in a theater, and I like, without going into like too many descriptions, 77 children died. And that, sorry, but that's such a big number that's almost cartoonish at this point. It's whole history. But she was there, she took the pictures, and that like she went into kind of like a spiral of just like, oof, like
that would do it.
Out, depression,
Yeah.
and since it's like 3 months apart from the campaign, I was like, well, maybe she got the letter around that time and managed to get like her office to like pay for her trip there, go get like a small festival in the US, like working vacation, get on a boat, go to Boston, take the train from there or something.
Yeah, like a real easy softball assignment to like
Yeah.
to
Get you back in.
I like that.
That's cool. That's a really cool idea.
And so like 40 strength. All right, I get it. Constitution 75. Gosh, you got great cardio. Size 65. That's more in line with like doesn't really stand out too much. Like very average. Dexterity, average enough but good enough to be like skillful, stealthy, stuff like that. Appearance 60. Like intelligence 60. Power 40, because I wanted to keep the Scully element where she's like kind of closed to the idea of the supernatural and stuff like that. She's she was like raised Catholic here and in Quebec in these years. Like the clergy was really big into just like putting their fingers in politics a lot. And after that fire, they imposed a ban on minors going to theaters and stuff like that. And she like they keep doing that like. She was like, no, none of that, and just leaves. And she's kind of like, still is practicing her faith, but not in a way that she would have settled and married. Like she's like, no, if I want to keep my wage, I need to not marry, otherwise I lose my wage, I lose my voting right, and stuff like that. So
that's
that's
cool. I love that.
Cool.
That sounds awesome.
I really like it.
So if one of her skills could be like bicycle and like ride a bicycle real good,
There's an auto driving skill.
Yeah, there's a ride skill as well. But it's mostly for horses, but I think we could equate it to bicycles.
Similar physics.
It's maintaining balance and
1920s
engaging
bicycle
core.
look like?
Yeah.
It's a big penny farthing with like the big wheel in front and the tiny wheel.
I don't think it's the aerodynamic design it is today, but
yeah. So power, education 65, good enough. I just don't want to risk it to go lower. And luck 60, same thing. Like a good even spread for a normal person.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you happy with that? Because that feels good. Like
I'm happy with it. Yeah.
That
Okay, good.
all fits so well.
So I'll do age 28.
Yeah. And
Younger than 29. It's great.
So now what this is making an improvement check because of your age. You get to improve your education.
Oh.
Again, what it's doing on the back end is it's trying to roll over that number. If you rolled over that, so this is the only time you roll over. The only time is improvement checks. Improvement checks you roll over, and then if you do, then you add a D10 to that improvement.
I clicked roll, skill. Nothing happened, so maybe I didn't roll over.
And this is what we would do if we made a successful skill check. This is what we would do at the top of every session, is to do these improvement rolls, correct?
Yes.
Or to see if we roll over, do we improve?
Yes.
I gotcha. And that's basically our level ups, kind of.
Yeah, so you can level up every session.
I see.
And that's it.
So then that's a recap of all your stuff.
So in theory, we should be targeting skills that we want to level up through roleplay that are in line with our characters, like kind of style.
Okay.
Yes.
Power gaming, pro gaming. I love it.
Well, no, I'm just trying to get like what, like the best course of playing, so I know like what is expected. Not saying you're just gonna like spam your best 2 skills or things like that. Just knowing what you should aim for in certain situations.
Xavier, I will say there is also a photojournalist.
I was reading through the difference between both, and I think photographer fits better because like photojournalist is more like a team. You go on like long trips and like document something for a while and report on it. So more involved.
And these next few steps, as you can see, it pretty much spells out what you do. I will say, so this system or the board didn't come with the occupations on them, so I had to build them all myself. So if there's an error, let me know. If it's different from the book, my bad.
I'll be honest, I don't know if I would be able to catch it very well.
Cool.
I'll look, but...
For the all 6 of the following skills, it says science any, but I think it's science like chemistry, so we could just remember that when we play.
You could write it in later.
Yeah.
1920s, it didn't like me putting in chemistry. I don't know why. It said 1920s doesn't support this. I was like, excuse me.
Pretty sure there was chemistry in the 1920s.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 of the following skills. Accounting, anthropology, appraise, archaeology, arts and craft, climb, Cthulhu mythos. That's a little meta.
Most people can't take that.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fair.
Yeah, all of you, except possibly Karen.
I'm special.
Yeah.
Is there something you need for that? I'm just so got me interested now.
Cthulhu Mythos makes you go insane.
Oh, it's just
yeah.
Here, you can have the secret you have the keys to the castle, but you're just done.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you can know how to talk to a great old one, but also you're a little crazy.
Wait, if Karen can get that, does that mean you're a little loopy out the gate? I caught
Maybe
that.
Yes. I mean, she can take it. When we get to hers, we'll discuss the reason why.
I'm going to say track. Yeah, I can drive auto.
Hey.
Okay, well, I guess that's one more. It said 2 from the list. I picked 2 already.
I think it's including a personal specialization you could have as well.
It says language own. Do we start with a language? I would need 2 languages because I'm French Canadian though.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
Oh, yeah. Okay, for now, choose language own and then we'll change that to language any. We'll do that on your sheet.
Okay, now. Yeah, maybe I don't need to spend my points now. I'm on that page right now. That might take some more time, so
here's what I was thinking for that, Xavier. This point, you could go ahead and start allocating points, and then we'll move on to the next person, just so I can see their roles, and then we could go back once you're done, because the next screen is just like name and backstory.
Perfect.
And if you want to randomly roll your backstory, we could do that together. If you want to put it all in yourself, that's cool.
Cool. Okay, perfect.
So that's the next step that Xavier's doing. For those of you who haven't had a chance to look at how to create an investigator, you get points to allocate to all those skills that he was listing off before. It's going to give you an amount. So there's personal skills, which is based upon your education times 2. So his education was 65. So it's 65 times 2. So 130. So he gets 130 points to allocate to skills. So remember how I was saying you want to roll under? So he puts 35 points in spot hidden. I have you roll a spot hidden. He's trying to roll under that. So that's what he's doing right now. You also get occupation points. And you could only spend those, Xavier. Those are the second column of blanks. And you get occupation skills and personal skills that you could spend.
Okay. Is there a limit?
I was thinking about this.
Like 90? Can we put 90 in a skill?
Maybe 80.
Okay.
Yeah, 80 is the cap.
Cool.
The book recommends 75, but I'm also like, you could have trained your whole life in just one thing, and then that really nerfs the rest of your skills, so it's not exactly helping you.
Yeah.
So who is next while Xavier allocates his points?
I can go.
If you could share your screen.
Just roll these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh.
Whoa. Education
I'm really
90.
smart, guys.
So smart.
Whoa.
I'm jealous.
Wait, these are actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could probably try to go a little bit higher with power. Because you said that's like willpower too, right?
Yeah. So you get 2 more rolls.
I'm afraid.
You got this.
Oh no.
Oh no!
And now I feel like I
One
have
more.
to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back to where you started.
Back to where I started.
It was meant to be.
I mean, at least we go lower.
That's true. I feel like I'm actually really good with those.
Okay.
It's pretty even, other than I'm super smart.
Yeah. Super smart and educated. Wow.
And educated, yeah.
What's new, right?
To move on, you just have to put in an age.
Okay.
So how old do you think your character is?
Oof. I think my character is... I've been going back and forth. I think I'm just going to have her like mid-20s.
Okay.
So the minimum age is 15. I can't be a 10-year-old just pissing myself every corner.
I mean, we could.
If Macaulay Culkin could do it when he was a young lad, I could do it too.
Oh yeah, what do you think, Macaulay? What do you think Kevin McAllister's POW rating was?
Oh wow.
Just out of this planet.
Yeah.
His luck was just out of control as well.
Yeah, his luck had to have been like 99.
He was scared of the boiler, though.
Ooh.
True. Well, it was an eldritch boiler, so.
Eldritch boiler, yeah. Oh, I think I saw them open for Slipknot. Eldritch boiler. They were really good.
So Karen,
Yeah.
for your idea of a medium, I was thinking the perfect class for you would be occultist.
Occultist.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty good.
Oh yeah, Karen, would you mind sharing with us like your basic idea?
Sure. So I originally was like, I definitely want to be like a witchy medium type person. And then I kind of took inspiration from somebody I know in real life so she's an Indigenous woman who has a spirit guide, and she uses her spirit guide to do readings and stuff for people. And she uses just like this plain deck of cards. It's amazing. I love her. And so I was thinking that, so my character will be somebody who has a spirit guide, but she is a little bit more direct in communicating with the spirit guide than this person that I'm basing her off of, where she can actually like talk to them. And then they feed her information through the veil that way. So like she's not getting it directly from like this ghost and this ghost. It's all being channeled from that through the spirit guide to her. But almost kind of like an invisible friend that no one else can see, that she can see.
Which is why you're going to start with sanity loss. No, just
No! But, I mean, I feel like it's something that she grew up with.
Yeah.
So she's used to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was thinking that, like, as just like a background for her, is that like her whole family is kind of had this very similar talents throughout the generations. So she can come from like a really witchy, holistic background, a little granola-y.
I love
And that kind of has led her to go to many events where they're celebrating, you know, the end of winter, the beginning of the spring, you know, that kind of stuff. And so this is kind of like, other than, I mean, I don't know if we're going to create a group of people who go and do this, but like, this is not something that's out of the norm for her to go and investigate.
I'm down to be a Power Ranger if you guys want to.
The veil is thin.
Okay. I like it.
Cool. Perfect.
Because I knew this was going to be you and you wanted to come in with this, I gave this one specifically. Usually it doesn't start with the Cthulhu mythos. You could add points into that.
But what would that do?
It would lower your sanity.
It's already at a 60.
But you would know things. You
would
know
I
things.
would know things.
Yeah.
Knowledge is power.
Things that no humankind can even fathom.
God, the urge is so strong.
Well, on the next screen, you'll have to make that decision. We are choosing more specializations. So these come with your occupation. So things you've learned from your occultist learnings, like what your spirit guide taught you, probably.
Okay. Natural world sounds good.
Yeah, so that's like basically a nature role in D&D.
I don't know why I always am creating characters that are good at nature stuff. But I feel like she's probably really good at charisma, because I think if we're talking about like the 1920s era, maybe she kind of like moonlights as like a fortune teller, like over a crystal ball, you know? So a little bit of that, not like a grifter, but like, you know, it's like
they used to have those parties back in the 1920s.
Oh, yeah.
What? Like,
they would have parties back in the 1920s where they'd hire like a medium or fortune teller, and everybody'd get around a table, around a crystal ball, and
and like do a seance.
You do a seance and contact the dead.
And just to clarify, the amount of skills you can choose is based on your education, right? It's like education times whatever it would that would be determined by your occupation, right? It would be like education times X, and X is determined by whatever occupation you have.
Yes. And what you're doing right now, these skills you're choosing are specialty skills. So these are points you could put your occupation points into.
Yes. Okay. I understand.
And then you could also put personal points into like things you've pursued personally. So that could be any of the skills. But you can only put occupation skills into those ones you just chose.
Yeah, gotcha. And the amount of skill points you have is based on what occupation you choose, basically.
Correct.
Right? Yeah, I understand. Thank you.
I have a lot of points. Oh my god.
Yeah. So,
because your education's so high.
Yeah, girl.
Oh my god.
Yes. Your education affected that. So if you want to stop streaming and start spending these, the math is all at the bottom for you, so you don't have to worry about keeping track of the points yourself.
Perfect.
And the max is 80 per skill, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's my self-imposed. The table will allow you to go up to 99, but
Oh, wow.
let's allow for some failure here.
Yeah.
So who wants to start rolling up a character now?
I can go, unless Jamie, do you got something specific?
Oh, no. I kind of figured I would go last too, since I'm not going to be in the campaign as long as everybody else. And that way it will help me sort of dictate how to round out the group.
Sure.
I've got 2 different character concepts I'm ready to go with.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, I can go.
Gotcha. I'll go next then.
And then after we're done with this and allocating points and all that stuff, like Ian said, I'm going to export these, and feel free to change up your allocation after we're done, just before session 1. I'll send it to you, but you could be like, oh, I'm looking at the skill. I looked up the skill and I'm actually thinking I want psychoanalysis instead of psychology. And then you could do that. That's fine. I trust you guys.
For languages, what's the use of putting points in languages?
I will say for my campaign, language owned probably will not come up, unless you speak another language first, like your character, Xavier. Even then, language any, if you choose another language, I will say you're trying to listen to other people speak. This town is of Dutch origins, and it's drawing in a lot of visitors from other places, so there's going to be quite a few languages spoken, so it may be to your advantage having another language, or may not. It won't hinder you not having one, I will say, but it may give you an advantage if you have another language.
Okay, so I've got a brief character concept. I think that the man that I want to play is, I'm hoping he's very intelligent and very, very highly educated, because he comes from a family of like academics, basically. And there are people who are like within the like Harvard and Yale and all the like really high Ivy League academic circles.
Jesus. Damn it, Jonathan, why can you not solve this Rubik's Cube at age 2.5?
Yeah, exactly. And so like there's a lot of this pressure. It was kind of assumed like he would go into academics when the time came. But actually, his interest lies in the occult and sort of like the history of it, and writings, and more specifically like grimoires. Like he's really interested in like magic. So rather than like getting involved in academia, he sort of like, much to the chagrin of his parents, opened up like a bookstore that's basically not doing well, and they're supportive of his of doing this, you know, but it's not what they wanted him to do. And really, like, what he's interested in is like tracking down these volumes, because he feels like if he could find the like source, if he could like get to the origin and like get to and like figure out the context of what these texts and documents said about like magic, he could actually find the truth about magic. Like, he's not necessarily interested in it on an academic level of like, oh, what is the anthropology of like these documents, how are they important to us in culture, blah blah blah. He's like, if I could find and understand the origins of this and what they were trying to say, I could do magic. And Susan, I am hoping at some point, I don't want to come into the campaign with any spells, but I would love to learn a spell over the course of this campaign.
You will have plenty of opportunities.
Force push.
Yeah. Yeah, like basically some kind of like force push or so, you know, something like that. But yeah, he's a young man, probably in his early 30s or mid 30s, but he's kind of like nebbishy and sunken in. Think of like, you know, the like Coraline dad meme.
Oh yeah.
Like
yes, that's perfect.
He looks like he might be like a young man, but he looks significantly older because he just is kind of like like ugly and tired and a little bit focused on his work, maybe even a little smelly. But yeah, that's what I'm hoping for.
Okay.
Right, let's get these rolls. Yeah.
I had an idea come to me, and I forgot to like lay out the type of DM I am. Story first, mechanics second. If the mechanics get in the way of what the story we're telling, I don't mind overlooking them. That's the type of DM I am. I'm not a stickler. If it's cool and it makes the gameplay better, that's what I'm going for. Hopefully the rules help facilitate that, but if they don't, then we're gonna ignore that rule and move on. To that effect, I just had an idea. You really want to be an educated and smart boy. Let's say you don't roll that. I could offer you, how about
your newborn child?
We could push it, but every roll you push over because you didn't get what you wanted, you lose that sanity.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll take that deal. I'll take that deal with the devil.
Do it.
I love that. Yeah.
And I'm sorry I didn't offer that to my two other players before, but you seemed pretty happy with your rolls. Ian's coming.
I'm good.
Okay.
Oh, and the other thing is, I think he's gone to this festival, one, because it is exciting to see this like sort of like paganism take place. That's obviously a part of the like occult stuff that he's into, the origins. But I think he's come maybe with a specific, like he maybe got a lead on finding a copy or like a very early edition of the the Keys of Solomon, which is a powerful documentation on how to cast spells and seals and communicate with demons.
Okay, I know exactly who you would have gotten that from.
Yeah, so there might be like a bookstore or a person or something that he is interested in, like coming to this town to like pick up that thing, and obviously to check out the festival because hey, why not? Okay, let's do these rolls. Strength 40, perfect. Constitution 35, even better. Size 85, no. I think I want him to be kind of slim and nebbishy. 60, that's okay.
The way it looks, Zach, you're gonna need to be big and strong.
Let's go dexterity 55, that's fine. Appearance, perfect.
Wow.
Intelligence, now here's the one. Intelligence, power, and education I would really like. Ooh, not great. Let's try and... Okay, so I got 3 rolls and then I got to push, or how do you want to do this, Susan?
Yeah, so you get the 2 additional and then push push your sanity down
Okay.
one.
Got it. 80. Love it. Gonna keep it. There we go.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Good.
Power
Max.
45. No, I want to. I'd love to have a little bit more power because I want to cast that spell, baby.
Okay.
65. Okay. I think I can do better. I think we can do better here.
Okay.
60.
Whammy.
Push it real
Push
good.
it.
I'm gonna push it. I'm gonna push it, Susan. I'm gonna push it. I'm gonna push it.
Oh, come on. Damn it.
I'm gonna push it again. I gotta push it again.
Oh, push it real good.
There we go.
Yes.
Good.
That's pretty
That's
good.
fine. Worth it. Worth it.
So that's
worth
3
it.
points of
I
sanity.
mean, that makes sense. It's all those weird books
That was
you've
a
been
triple
reading.
push.
Yeah, so that's 80 intelligence, 70 power. Education, I would like to be high too. 50, no. 70's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
How educated do you want to be? You went to
Do you want to
Harvard.
be Karen
You went to Harvard.
educated?
You
Yeah,
understand
yeah.
that? You think
Yeah.
a measly 70 is going to get you into Harvard? Did you wake
Zach.
up from your dream?
Zach, you are the devil on my shoulder that I need. I'm gonna re-roll one time and let's see if I can get better. Okay,
Nope.
I gotta
Son,
push
you
it.
got dumber over the summer. What happened?
No.
Okay, I gotta push this again. I'll push it
son,
again.
Look at your sister. She's at least
Oh
an
my
80.
gosh.
I'll push it again.
Son,
And your character is dead.
Jeez.
you
Get
keep
dumber
sending
by
me
the
to
minute.
summer camp. You keep coming back every summer, dumber as hell. What's going on?
Susan, can I make a deal with you?
Okay.
Could I maybe take the size and the education and flip them? I've pushed it thrice now, and I don't think I can push it anymore. So could I take that 60 and put it in education and take the 40 and put it in size?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll have to change it afterwards, so it will affect your education points.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
But we can do that after.
Because we can't change the value. That's right.
Yeah. So I'll
Okay.
just do the math for it. So 60 times 4 is yours?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, we'll see.
Oh.
What's your occupation?
I
Librarian,
am
right?
going to be a librarian, yes.
Okay. Librarian. Yeah, education times 4.
Okay, got it. And
So
luck,
60 times 4.
yeah. Man, wish I could have kept that 70. Oh well.
Yeah.
Luck, 55,
Greed.
50, 30. Damn it.
Oh, no.
That's fine.
Well, I mean, that's about right.
yeah, that's true. That's just me. That's just describing me.
So we have 6 points of sanity loss.
Great. Let me
Just
make
think
a
this
note
way:
of
if
that.
you didn't have these stats, you wouldn't be in this game. You would just be in Harvard having a perfect life.
That's right. Yeah.
It has
And
to be
that's
something that made you imperfect.
Well, you'd
That's
have
exactly
your
so.
80 education though.
Right.
well, maybe
Got the degree.
maybe he got that education and was like, you know what, this isn't for me. I'm real smart, but I want out of academia, you know?
Yeah.
And like failing some classes, dropped out of classes. I think that works.
Yeah.
Six points of insanity loss, you said?
Yes.
Thank you, I guess.
Hey, you didn't have to take
They
it.
knocked on your door and said, "Sir, this is how much this semester is going to cost." You're like, "No, that's the Arcane for me."
So the sanity points you
cult.
lost was for increasing your power, and then it ended up decreasing your education. I think that like you just decided to read different books that did those things, and that just plays out perfectly.
Yeah, I like it. Occult for sure. I'm gonna do. Oh, do I not have lore? Do I not have access to lore? I guess not.
Oh, Cthulhu Mythos?
No, I was looking for lore, but that may not be a skill that is accessible for librarians.
No.
Let's go history. History's probably a good one. Let's do astronomy. What is spot hidden based off of? Science cryptography. I think that's kind of interesting. I have one more, it looks like, right?
Yes.
Archaeology or appraise.
Appraise sounds just about right. Like you're dealing with like old
books.
weird books and like
Yeah.
True.
well, like the value or rarity of stuff.
Yeah.
The like legitness of something. I don't know. I should read the skill instead of trying to guess what it is.
Yeah, so it says here the value of a particular item, including the quality, material used, and workmanship. Where relevant, you could pinpoint the age of the item, assess its historical relevance, and detect forgeries.
Yep. Let's go praise.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
But Ian, you have 240 occupation points to spend.
Got it. Thank
Well,
you
damn.
for gambling with me.
I'm glad you took it up. Yeah, but it's not my fault. You did this to yourself.
Yep. I certainly did.
So, Zach, Jamie, who's up?
I am up next.
Okay. Do you have an idea of what type of character you want to play?
Yeah, I have an idea. I actually do.
Ooh.
I want to play like kind of a man who's crusting on the cusp of middle age. So he's about 33. He has a failed family, a wife who is filing for divorce, and a toddler who he has no custody of. He is a off and on again alcoholic. He is a man from, I'd say, like kind of the middle of America. You know, back in the day, his family escaped some bad things. They moved to the middle of America, and he, kind of when he was younger, he started a speakeasy. And so he's kind of a criminal. He knows the smuggle game. He had a bar that was really underground, kind of small, called the Dumb Dog. And he is in this town now because it got raided and he needed to scat town. So he kind of got mixed into being an investigator because when he was kind of at the Dumb Dog, when he got really drunk and he was there alone because his family couldn't be around his family this toasted, so he would just be kind of laying on the bar, kind of laying there, and he would hear these sounds. Like, they sounded funny at first, but they sounded like oozing or like something chittering all the time. So he swears there's something out there that's kind of not natural, and he wants to prove to mainly himself that he's just not a dumb drunk, and there is something out there that's extraordinary. So that is why he's here. Now, what kind of guy he is, like, specifically, is going to be determined by the stats.
Yes.
Nice.
I love him already.
We'll see if he's a good guy or a bad guy. I'm kind of leaning, I want to see where his appearance is, right? So if he's like kind of attractive, he's going to be kind of a charismatic guy. But if not, he's going to be a dumb drunk who got hook or crooked into anything he ever got in his life. He's going to be something to deal with. So I'll just roll them one by one. And if I don't like a stat, I get 2 pushes overall.
Yeah, you get 2. Just re-rolls. You got to take them. And then, because everyone after Ian gets the same offer, you could push them again for sanity.
I don't
Sorry,
recommend.
Karen and Xavier.
I don't recommend it.
Fair enough. Is there a max on the sanity pool before you just go just loco?
No. I mean, I'll say,
Your sanity is like the max is 99 and you start with your power score.
yeah.
You can only go lower from there.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Let's get some rolls in. Let's see what the strength is like. And 40. I'm looking at the kind of the core rule book, and it says like around 50 is average for a lot of these stats.
Yes.
So I will keep that in mind. So my strength is 40, so I'm a little below average.
Our group can never get in a
Oh.
fist fight.
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is
You're
like
gonna be screwed.
I'm not gonna be any combat. It's all books, baby.
Decent size. Dex average.
Yeah. Size seems pretty good for who owned a bar. Not the best looking.
Ugly. Average intelligence. Average power. Education's okay. Decent. Okay, I want to at least try to reroll 2, see what I can get. I want to be this damn ugly. Let's try. Average. Just so
Just an average Joe.
Most average American man.
I mean, that feels a lot like what you pitched is just like a divorced dad. Like,
Old
yeah,
Gil.
he's just kind of a drunk, failed business, average schmo.
Let me at least get some high luck. I like my. I want to risk 1 sanity to be special somewhere.
I mean, 1 sanity is not that much sanity loss.
I'll do 1. I'll go for my appearance again. I want to try to be a charismatic or uncharismatic. One of the two. I don't want to be just average.
Just a little less average.
Just a little bit more unpleasant. Great. Okay, I'll take it. All right. That's it.
Okay.
That's all I got.
The years have not been
age.
kind
No,
at the dirty
haven't been anything.
the dirty dog.
The dumb dog.
The dumb dog. Thank you. The dumb dog.
Now this improvement check. Do I roll this now and it just
Yes. This
stacks
is
on top
determined.
of what I have?
Yeah, this is determined by your age because you're a 33-year-old. You have 1 improvement to, or possible improvement to your education just from living life. So no one else chose a character outside the range, but if you get really young, sometimes your size changes and your appearance goes up. If you go really high, your appearance goes down and you lose points in like intellect and stuff like that. So that's what the adjusting the characteristics is happening right now. All of you have just chosen a good age where it's just an education check. So
I don't think anything happened.
yep, you rolled a 17. So you were trying to roll above it for the improvement. So you didn't.
What the hell?
need it.
Did I jack it for 30 years? What?
Just gooning.
I mean, you are drunk, right?
just gooning it.
Oh my god.
in the dumb dog.
It's a great sentence. One of the great sentences ever said out loud.
But here's your hero's journey. This is where you start to improve yourself. You're
Yeah.
the most average man.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. This is the.
I
This
get
is
my
the,
wife back. When she
Yeah.
knows Cthulhu's real. Oh my god.
You're stepping off the threshold into your act 2.
Yes.
Susan, if you ever play my wife, be a total bitch. Just 100%.
Okay.
Absolutely.
On it. So she just is a normal person, and you take everything she says as nagging, and
She
It's
wants
the 20s, so
normal,
more than
reasonable-
likely.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's just asking you to get home by dinner, and you're like, man, she won't get off my case.
I drink at 2 p.m. on a Wednesday. You fucking bitch.
Okay, and then this screen is just going over all the stats you rolled and how that equates to your hit points and your magic and your sanity. You're at 50 out of 90.
Oh,
Wait, is that bad?
I could go up. Your max threshold hasn't gone down like Ian's.
Oh.
My sanity's lower, if that's any consolation to you.
And when it gets to 0, I'm in trouble, you're saying? Or does it get to 99, I'm in
That's
trouble?
when we re-roll a character.
Oh.
When it gets to 0.
Yeah.
I'm already at 50 because of my wife.
It's again, you'll lose sanity at like 1 to 4 points at a time, maybe.
Oh, God.
Okay. 10 sessions. You do the math.
Yeah. Unless you somehow stumble into all the cosmic horrors in one game. I think these characters will last a while.
We get to that one Scooby-Doo corridor with all the doors.
Yeah.
With
all the Cthulhu mythos monsters.
Yes.
All right, perfect background for me. Damn near what it is.
Nice. Criminal bootlegger.
That's awesome.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So I can choose 2 of these skills right here.
Yes.
Let's see.
So charm
So if
is
I-
like persuade, or it's like charming someone. Fast talk is lying. Intimidate is scaring someone. Persuade is persuading. So
I was about to say, I hope I didn't have to like actually talk quickly in game if I want to use this skill.
no, just lying.
And then, it says null of the following.
Yeah,
Okay.
I it's my code. What's a bootlegger? What's another criminal? 1 second.
A smooth criminal.
Let's see. I'm so sorry. You're going to have to go back because I actually coded this wrong. That's on me. 103. I messed up 2.
How dare.
I'm so sorry.
No problem.
There's probably another criminal that's very close.
Yeah, it's either criminal smuggler or criminal freelancer for me.
Okay. Choose gun mall.
Oh, yeah. Do I get a mobster boyfriend?
If you want one.
That's your wife.
Yes. Little did you know that she's the one who ran you out of town.
That'd be a great dynamic. I'd love that.
Mm-hmm. Really Bonnie and
Just
Clyde
afraid
action.
of her the whole time.
Yeah. That was in the 20s, wasn't it? Or was that before?
After. I had to look it
Was
up.
it?
Yeah.
Seems further away in history than that.
Yeah, 1934. Because I was going to look up. So I did a lot of research on the 20s to see what was happening. And I was thinking maybe there'd be a newspaper article or a radio story about them. And I was like, dang it. They're in the 30s. Okay, so the personal interest points, you have 120. Occupational skill points, you have 200.
What about the credit rating?
Oh, credit rating is how much money you have at the start of the game. We'll get into equipment and all of that afterwards. Probably I'll hit you up separately, each of you, to just figure out equipment. I know Xavier will have to figure out the type of photography equipment you have, but it has a range based upon your occupation. So yours is between 10 and 80.
And you can kind of manipulate it with your personal
Yes.
points. Okay.
You can manipulate it with your occupational ones as well.
Gotcha.
You just can't go above 80.
You can go up to 80? Crime pays.
Yeah. When I was importing all of them, the dilettante could go up to 99. I was like, ooh.
Yeah.
And then there's a mob boss too. And I was like, ooh. All right. Jamie,
Yes.
you ready?
I think so. I would love your opinion because I have a general character concept, but I could go 2 different occupation ways with it. So I'm trying to think of everybody who has chosen theirs and how to balance out the party the best. I'm between parapsychologist and dilettante. It's like Monster Hunter.
Yeah, I'm thinking like that one because maybe you got the group together besides Xavier. Because I like the idea that all of you are there together. I could come up with a reason why you all would start working together. There's a very clear thing that can make that happen in my story. But I would love for you guys to know each other in some way. That's what I would prefer. But again, if that just doesn't work out, there's a very easy way to fix that.
Right. No, that,
can do that.
works for me. That's why I was asking you too.
We can collab and figure out a way how we all know each other.
Yeah, so I'm thinking the parapsychologist then, and then maybe you invited everybody. And then that actually is cool because, the redacted information at the top, the department of, that gets to be on redacted because now you know which department that is.
Look at us already figuring stuff out.
Session 0.
It's Department of Occult Threat Analysis.
Dota. Threat analysis.
Dota. Okay, wait, let me write that down.
Yeah.
Here we go. Oh, I guess I'll give my little spiel.
Okay.
So my character is Maybelle McIntyre from New Orleans, Louisiana.
Nice.
She comes from money and has decided to pursue her passion of ghost hunting. What else is she gonna do with all this money? So I can see the ways that maybe our characters are connected.
Yeah. You just ran in a lot of different circles.
Yeah.
I kind of love the idea that you might be our linchpin of like,
and
then you leave the campaign. Yeah, it sort of like gives the story like this foundation that then is like gonna at some point is gonna be pulled out from under. I think that's kind of an interesting thing. So
yeah, that is fun. You're right.
Yeah, it like gives you guys motivation too, because oh no, she's the one who brought us together. We gotta really figure this out now, or for some of you, we really gotta be part of this now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're like our touchstone or like a cornerstone, and then your character exits, that'd be really interesting.
I am excited to see how that is going to turn out. How you're going to work that in. I'll try to make the numbers in our favor for that.
Okay.
And I want to give like super flapper vibes too.
Yes.
I'm kind of happy with these mostly. Maybe reroll my luck just because why not?
Oh,
Sure, there you go.
That.
Luck go up.
Yeah. And I don't really need my power to be very high because I kind of need to have not a lot of sanity, but
You
can do whatever you can do whatever you want. We'll Susan will GM magic anything that she
that's
needs
true.
to.
We can use GM magic, but I'm pretty happy with these numbers, honestly.
okay. And then I'm looking at the parapsychologist. The credit rating only goes up to 30. So I have a proposal specifically for you. We could lower your sanity and get your credit rating up, especially because you're leaving early anyway. So this just ties into it.
Right. Yeah, I will totally
Burn
do
twice as fast.
Yes. So it's 30. I'm gonna say a point per 5. So 35 would be 1 point of sanity. 40 would be 1 point of sanity. So like 2 points.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go to 55. No, let's go to 60.
Ooh.
Pump it up.
Pump
I
it.
want to be well off.
15 points of sanity.
Oh, we have the same sanity.
Best
That feels great.
1920s fashion.
Where's my money?
Do you want more monies?
No, I'm good. I'm in arts.
And I just figured the sanity loss just works for Jamie because that's how her character is going to leave this campaign.
Yeah. I'll be 20.
Every time you're like, can I get some more money?
youngin'.
Just like, I'm going to make a quick phone call, get some money wired. It's just like sanity goes down.
Oh, I have an improvement check?
Come on.
Yeah.
Be the one who improves.
Nope.
Aw.
What did you roll?
Nope.
Nah,
that's
one.
a
You rolled a
hard-
1. You rolled a 1.
Which is usually very good. Usually rolling a 1 in the system
in
this
game.
system is a critical success.
Yeah,
there could
that
be
would
some-
have
oh,
been
wow.
a crit.
clutch moments if you need to roll a 1, and you do on a D100.
Yeah. Okay.
You have 55 sanity because you don't have a bitch wife.
But I don't think that takes into account the deal I just made, does it? That it's gonna change,
Yes.
so it'll be less.
So 55. So you're at 40.
Charm feels very on brand, but let's see.
That's Southern charm.
I'm from Louisiana and New Orleans in the 1920s, so I can maybe speak French too.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That could be fun.
Oh God! Here in Texas,
We're gonna have fun.
are Six Flags. Every Halloween, we have a fright night where you kind of have these mini haunted houses, and there's always like a Louisiana themed like seance field house.
Oh.
That's cool.
Nice.
Totally give me those vibes.
Yeah, New Orleans is very, very spooky if you're
Very spiritual.
if you're a ghost hunter.
How did you get stealth and I didn't in my thing?
You're not meant to know stealth.
I'm a criminal.
You're not very good.
I'm a gun mole, so I just quite
Yeah.
flashy and loud. But the idea of a gun mole is really growing on me.
If you want to be a gun mole.
I'd love one of us
Just
to
have this-
Do
wield a
it.
tummy gun.
This-
That'd be great.
Just have this terrible wife who's actually like a mob lord chasing you around trying to get child support.
Ooh.
That's kind of cool, actually. Yeah.
Isn't that terrifying on its own?
That explains the sanity loss.
Oh, yeah.
I was reading about Tommy guns in this system, Xavier, and I was watching a video. It was like a helpful, like how-to video, and the advice that it gave was like, basically these are very complicated. There's a very complicated like automatic system here, so don't use these. And if you see anyone with them, run away.
They're like, please don't do it.
Okay, cool. Maybe what we should do is, just go down to make sure that, Susan, you have like a checklist of everything that you might need additionally from us. It sounds like we've all have just a little bit, are going to have to do a little bit of adaptation on our own at the end of this. So again, like, I think maybe a good tool will be some of those form fillable PDFs that are on our Google Drive available. They're online too. Anything like that.
On my checklist, make sure, correct me if I'm missing anything. Karen gave you the occultist occupation. I do need to get with you. I'll message you in Facebook about a possible thing. I got a note right here.
Special secret thing.
Yes.
Okay.
I also have to get with Jamie over a special secret thing.
That's so special.
It's all ghosts. It's all the secret is all ghosts.
It's
Right.
Oops, all goes.
And then your mechanics may be a little different, Jamie, to accelerate your leaving.
Okay. Yeah.
So I was thinking, if you're okay with this, and I will say this in front of everybody, her sanity, maybe these things hit you a little harder. So your sanity loss will be a little quicker than everybody else's. So whereas they'll have like a 0 and a D4, yours will be like a 2 and a D6.
Jamie's character will like
Got it.
go insane. Jamie will be like, but I'm not having my baby yet.
Yeah. I still want to play. Nope.
I get you out
It's like
session 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll find the balance for that.
Yeah. I have to give Zach a bootlegger career unless you let me know if you change your mind and want gun mall.
You know, I'm kind of getting sold on an idea, because it's like, instead of, a background like that, I could have a background where I could always be looking around the corner, because at some point she could just show up with like her mob goons and just kind of just take me out or just torture me on a whim.
And
And I
none
can
of
always
us
see
can stop
something
them.
looking over my shoulder.
I'm like
Just
envisioning
something that could
some
happen out of
like,
nowhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
part of the madness is that you're hallucinating this or something.
You're
I can
just
see
always
it.
thinking like, just like when I'm like
That
close
stress.
to madness, like she's there and there's just no one around me. I'm just freaking out. So I think I'm getting sold on the idea here. I really
Okay.
am.
Zach, I just need to know if the dumb dog is gone now, or if we can still work it in.
Of course not. I was
Okay, thank you.
the dumb dog was because of her.
Okay, great. Perfect. The dumb
Some
dog
of those
is the
things are like,
foundation
I didn't.
of this group.
You didn't earn it. Your mob wife kind of let you have it. Like
Perfect.
it's one of those things.
So maybe we could come up all together just real quick, like how we do all sort of know each other. Again, I think Jamie, having you be the linchpin is really interesting. I don't know if you have any more thoughts on that, but maybe we can all sort of like contribute.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. If my credit score is going to be high, I could have hired some of you to come and do this, or maybe have worked with a few of you on, investigations in the past. I think that would depend on what you guys, how far into your field you are, if you're well known or just starting out or that sort of thing.
I could definitely see my guy being like your book guy or like occult notes guy, history sort of thing. He's probably not like well known in his field, but maybe that's why you decided, because it was like, well, this is someone who's passionate, but I can maybe get on the cheap or something,
Yeah. Okay.
As far as the festival goes, like Jamie, would your character is a ghost hunter. Are you in town here specifically because you have like
a paranormal investigator?
Do you have any leads that there
more broad.
would be anything paranormal here? As far as like everyone's concerned on the surface, on the intro, this is a normal festival.
For someone in that field, this town has a lot of draw for people interested in the occult.
Perfect.
It's a Hellmouth town.
Great.
Yeah.
We got that.
So something's going down. I don't know what it is, but something is happening, and I need your help.
My guy's here because of the festival. Got a party.
But you're still in the hiding, technically. Like,
yeah, as much as a stupid drunk can hide.
Okay. Yeah, my character's just here to take pictures, and so she'd be going to to see what people are doing, take pictures. Hey, I'm from the Montreal Gazette. Click, click, click. So it's an easy way to meet all of you.
Right, it's probably those like word of mouth things like, hey, I heard about that weird lady who's trying to contact ghosts, and we just kind of hear about it from the festival, word of mouth. Your name gets out around there, and we just kind of are the people that flock to you from those rumors.
Yeah, you could even have be a little bit famous almost too, Like,
you are astoundingly beautiful, so like those are the type of people who get famous no matter what age or eon.
Photogenic,
Yeah.
Maybe you saw her like one day and you're like, oh my god, she's beautiful, I gotta get her picture. You just kind of chased her down and got entangled.
Got you roped in.
I feel like our characters could have definitely crossed paths multiple times before this. If you're like a paranormal investigator and my character is someone who talks to a ghost, basically.
Right, yeah.
So like you
probably worked together before.
Yeah, like hit her up and I feel like what if she was already going to work like a little fortune teller booth? And then, like, the other two maybe were like, oh, let's go into the fortune teller's booth. And then, I don't know.
Oh, and I'm like, oh, hey, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
I like that.
Then, Karen, you were invited to the afternoon tea and tarot.
Oh, tea and tarot. I love that.
We could go that, perhaps, because, I'd like to pursue, like, trying to find this book at this place as well. But perhaps we could go that even if we do know each other, Jamie, perhaps Karen, your little friend, has spoken some words to you that vague words at best, that about a photographer, a criminal, a occult book, things that you don't know the answer to, but for some reason this little buddy
they're
has
important.
spoken to you.
Very useful narrative tool, to set up something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Almost like,
I like it.
Like tarot cards.
By the way, I do take offense to being called a criminal. Alcohol should have never been legalized in the first place. It was. I swear, they'll regret this at some point in history. That's my madness.
I was reading up a little bit too, and like there was no prohibition up north here, so like people would come up to Montreal during the 1920s just for drinking, and I was like, maybe that could be like a neat way to like bring my character south, but I'm like, I'll leave it as for some backup characters.
Fire.
Yeah.
Ian, you just reminded me. You have a contact in town if you take a look at the persons of interest.
I do.
He's handsome.
A handsome man? Why, yes, please.
Dashing young rogue.
Oh my gosh, and he's such a waifish twink. I love him.
Oh
He
man,
looks like he's about to faint any minute.
I messed it up. Their pronouns are they, them. I'm sorry, I gotta fix that.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'm
so sorry.
I didn't even see a pronouns. I just assumed that's on me.
Oh no, and I put it there. I messed it up. That was me.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I see.
Franks.
I love them already. This is maybe the person I'm talking to about finding this book then, perhaps.
Yeah, this
Okay.
person you would know is the one who sources odd, usually trinkets, but also books
Okay.
in town.
Cool. And do they live in Wonderbrook?
Whimsybrook.
Whimsybrook, thank you.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. So they're a resident of this.
Yes.
Okay. The Lunar Labyrinth Antiques. Ooh, I like it. That's
Yeah.
cool. Okay, cool. Susan, do you need anything else from us? I think we. It sounds like we sort of like circled the kind of idea of how we're connected or going to be connected through this sort of like ghost thing and Jamie and Karen's relationship.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Does that sound good? I'm trying to confirm with you.
Oh, yes, that sounds good to me. Yeah,
Okay,
that
gotcha.
works. It doesn't affect my narrative at all. It's actually, I like it.
Gotcha. I think that's an excellent. Again, like this is just me throwing spaghetti at the wall. I think that's a really good place for us to step into the story too. Sweet. Then yeah, I think we got it. I'm so this is so exciting. That's so cool.
This is really exciting.
Absolutely.
Thank you all for sitting down and for doing this. Can't wait to play and can't wait to get this Cthulhu story up and running.
Can't wait to unravel the mysteries of the universe for you guys.
Can't wait.
It's going to be great.